Fellas, AC here. Welcome to another video. I'm doing this in natural light. Hope this comes off well. Today, I'm going to talk about a creed. Now, before I do that, I want to congratulate all of you because this lockdown, I'm sure, is getting on everybody's nerves, but everybody's holding well, and I'm hoping you all are following the government regulations wherever you are, or staying indoors and just not taking the risk. So I'm going to keep you guys pretty much entertained all over the Easter weekend starting this Friday. So there's a lot of content I want to push out over this Easter bank holiday weekend. So till Monday, expect a lot of me. Now, Creed, Royal Water. Rohit, my wonderful friend from India, always sends me amazing samples. He sent me a sample of Royal Water. Now, once I sprayed Royal Water, the first thing that came into my mind was this fragrance is dated. Yeah, and it is a little bit dated, but it's actually a spectacular fragrance. So it was released in 1997 and it's one of the most unusual creeds. But having said that, think about it. It's a green fragrance based around juniper berries, lime, and basil. Now, Creed actually has a lot of green fragrances. If you think about it, Green Irish Tweed, Bois de Portugal, they're all green fragrances. Although Bois de Portugal technically is a barbershop fragrance, and there are many more. So they're actually very good at creating green fragrances, right? So I've already got a dry down here, so I'm going to spray just one tiny bit here just to remind myself how this smells. It's actually a fabulous fragrance which doesn't impress initially. So when you first spray this fragrance, it's very boozy, almost sprightly boozy. Yeah, and the reason is there are no notes of booze when you actually check the notes breakdown, but it smells like it's very boozy but clear kind of a booze, like dry gin. And that makes sense because this fragrance is based around juniper berries. And what's the use of juniper berry if you do not know already? It's to actually flavor gin. Yeah. So this one is, the beginning is superb, but I didn't like it when I first sprayed it because it just was very unusual. It smelled like a 1980s, sparkly green juniper berry citrusy fragrance, very fizzy. Now, I've worn this a lot, and especially in this weather. Nowadays, it's beautiful weather. Such a travesty. Can't go out. It's a beautiful day today. Absolutely fabulous. Sunny, bright, beautiful. But anyways, back to the fragrance. When you first spray this, it actually has a lime note, green lime note, as if the whole fragrance is centered around gin and tonic. But it's got this lime note which subsides very fast. And then you have this generic, strong citrus. Yeah, strong as in thick, resinous citrus. Yeah, which is a bit of a bummer because I really enjoy that green lime note, which is very authentic. Yeah, and it's joined with mint and a green basil note. So it's very herbal and lemony and really uplifting, invigorating. It's made for a sunny day. It's beautiful and quite fizzy, but that fizziness and the green line goes away and this soapiness comes out, which I'm assuming is a generic soapy note because there is no mention of soapy lavender or anything in the notes breakdown, but slightly soapy, ever so slightly, ever so slightly soapy. And then this mint and this basil combines with a beautiful note of juniper berry. Juniper berry is one of my favorite notes and I really like it in one of the fragrances I've reviewed, and that is, I've just got a decant of this, that is Rojas Elysium Parfum Cologne, the blue bottle. Beautiful note, use of juniper berry. So similar use here, very fizzy, energetic, aromatic, just amazing. Yeah, and that juniper berry, let me tell you a fun fact about junipers. I didn't know this actually. When I was researching this for this fragrance, I realized that junipers are equally long lasting like olives. Olives live for 5,000, 10,000 years. Juniper trees are equally long lasting. They live for 5,000 years, 10,000 years, and that kind of thing. There's a place in Pakistan which has a very old juniper forest. The name of the place is Ziyarat, and it's famous for its, just juniper forest, natural, undisturbed juniper forest. It's in Sindh, and I'm going to put a link on this video. You can check it out. It's a very, very unique kind of a pristine sort of juniper forest, I should say. Anyways, back to the fragrance. When the fragrance dries down, it brings in a bit of sweetness. There is no sweetness initially, but the sweetness comes from musk, beautiful musk, along with the signature Creed ambergris. Entire journey of this fragrance, you will get all these notes. There are very few notes, but you'll get all these notes at various times, and they keep popping in and out. It's a shape shifter. It also smells different in different weather. It's very sunny today, very warm. Excuse me. For April, this is very warm. It's about 20 degrees, and it's a bit more sweeter. When I was testing it, it was early spring, still is early spring. It was like 11 degrees. And in that kind of temperature, it was not as sweet. Yeah, so it's a bit of a shape shifter. It smells different in different weather conditions. I absolutely adore this fragrance. I'm loving this fragrance. I'm going to get a full bottle or at least a big partial. Anyways, pros and cons. Number one pro of this fragrance is the composition quality. It's just amazingly made. It's got a beautiful structure to it. It flows beautifully, very harmonious. Nothing sticks out. Just very beautifully well-rounded Creed, rounded, smooth, amazing masculine fragrance. Outstanding, actually. Really good. The number two benefit of this fragrance, or upside of this fragrance, is tremendous performance. You can't say this about Creeds, but most Creeds, but this one has superb longevity and superb sillage. If you go 3 or 4 sprays under your shirt, which is, I think, the best way to wear this fragrance, you're going to get at least 10 hours longevity. When it comes to sillage, at least 7-8 hours, constant, beautiful whiffs of, mint, less mint, more basil, more juniper, lime, musk. It's clean, it's invigorating, uplifting. It's really, really well made. So, tremendous performance. Number 3 upside of this fragrance is its sort of impression it creates. It creates an impression of a well-rounded, grounded gentleman. Old school, grounded, well-mannered, beautifully brought up, superb upbringing. That sort of impression it gives off. Really, really rooted in great values. That's the kind of impression that fragrance gives off. It's really well made. Awesome, awesome fragrance. Downsides. It is dated. Juniper berries, along with that citrus, that fizziness, will instantly remind you of green fragrances of the 80s. Unmistakable. Yeah, you will be reminded of that. Number 2 downside would be that, Creed suddenly, over the last few years, has been appealing to the younger generation because of Aventus. So people in their 20s seem to rush and go and get Creeds. So if you want to blind buy this, I wouldn't recommend. I know that a lot of people blind buy their Creeds because they have so much faith in the brand. This one, I would ask you to at least test it, because this fragrance is one such fragrance where you might get disappointed and you might be wrong-footed because of how the fragrance smells. If you're in your 30s, you can easily blind buy this if you have got some experience with the green fragrances of the 80s. Yeah. For me, I wouldn't have regretted one bit if I had gone blind bought this fragrance. It's absolutely stunning. But initial impression that I first had was not very positive. I thought this was very dated, but it changed on me. That ambergris in the end with that musk and that citrus note which never leaves, it's just brilliant. Beautiful. So, age groups. Best, I think, age category would be 35 plus, especially professional people, because it's very professional, it's very, very elegant, it's very well-rounded, nothing is out of place, tremendous for professional setting. Ideal time to wear this is spring. It smells amazing in spring. I've tested this in different weather conditions. Autumn probably is the other one. Summer, probably. Winter, probably. So you can wear this as a signature scent, no problems. But this one appeals to me as a spring fragrance. It's really well composed, very well made, really smells amazing. Yeah. So age groups I've covered, seasons I've covered, occasions. It looks like it is a daytime scent, but it smells equally nice in the evenings as well. If you're going to a dinner party in the evening wearing a nice blazer, white shirt, I think this will not be out of place. But I'd reserve it for daytime, office wear, to an important meeting, well dressed. That's where this will shine the most. That's what I think about this fragrance. I am really impressed. I'm going to get a full bottle, or at least a big partial. So marks out of 10, I'm going to give it an 8. It's a very, very good green fragrance, one of the best from Creed, and severely underrated. Not a lot of people talk about Royal Water. Very underrated, but very good fragrance. Yeah. Hope you enjoy the review, fellas. Take care. Bye bye.